Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is rather a bit different. I've been getting a lot of questions from people asking me about how I grow my hair, if I have any tips for them to grow their hair. So this forced me to think about what exactly I do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis to grow my hair. So I came up with a few things and I'm really excited to be sharing with you guys. So let's just dive right in. Before I get started, I just want to say this is in no particular order, but if you do all these things, then I can guarantee you that your hair is gonna be healthy and you're gonna retain most of your length, so you should definitely see some growth. Tip number one is protective styling, and I protective style a lot, usually about 9 months out of 12. That's the winter cold season here in Russia, so I prefer to just protective style my hair than wearing it out, and this has been beneficial to me, especially in retaining my length. So there are a lot of protective styles that you can do. It really doesn't matter. I personally do box braids because I just find them to be convenient. I'm lazy, like I'm really lazy, and I don't like dealing with my hair, so that's been just something that's been super convenient for me, box braids. Okay, so tip number two is moisturization. For me, moisturization is for both my scalp and my hair. I do moisturize my hair at least once a week, sometimes twice a week, and my hair just depending on what I have on. So since I do protective style like 9 months in a year, what I do is I moisturize my scalp at least weekly, once a week, sometimes twice a week, and my hair just depending on whether I feel like it's dry or not. So I don't really like moisturize the length of my hair that often unless I feel like it's dry, and usually it's in box braids and I do not want to put like a lot of oil on my box braids, so I just focus on moisturizing my scalp. And I feel like, you know, the oil sort of like travels down the strand, so that's just like killing two birds with one stone kind of vibe. Dry hair is, you know, not good for you. Tip number three is scalp massages. So I know nobody has like, you know, a timetable out there like today I'm gonna be scalp massaging, whatever. So for me, the way that I've found it to be easier to incorporate scalp massages into my routine is by doing the scalp massages whenever I moisturize my scalp. So I do scalp massages at least once to twice a week. So just oil your scalp, and then like after you're done oiling it, then you like go back in and just massage. So this helps with stimulating blood flow to your scalp. It produces like heat, which allows the oils to be, you know, absorbed into your scalp, and this like gives you all those good nutrients that are in the oils and all that stuff. So, and stimulates hair growth, of course. So the next tip is trimming your hair. I know most people do not really enjoy this part of the hair growth journey of trimming your hair, but it's really important to get rid of ends that are split, or maybe like if you have a lot of fairy knots on your ends, then it's really important to trim them off. I personally trim my hair about 4 times a year, plus or minus. I don't really have like a set schedule on when to trim my hair, so I'm not gonna tell you like trim your hair every 2 weeks or every 5 months, whatever. Like, no. So for me personally, I just listen to my hair. Like if I feel like my hair is more, you know, dry towards the ends, and the way I pick this up is when I'm deep conditioning my hair. Like, you know how it's like smooth and then you reach your ends and it kind of feels funny, like bumpy or something. So that for me, that's an indication that my hair is probably split or I have like a lot of knots. So that triggers me to like want to trim my hair. And the other thing for me is just like when I have box braids in. Now this is like box braids with my own hair. I usually just examine the ends and I check out to look out for split ends and knots, and it just like cut them out. There's no benefit in holding on to your hair if you know it's damaged, because guess what? You see some split ends but you like the length. Those split ends are gonna travel up the strand even further, and like eventually, instead of your hair just like breaking up here, let me show you guys literally. So instead of your hair just like breaking off here because you know you saw the split end, so you like cut off this part or whatever, now the split end travels all the way, so now the hair is gonna break off here, and guess what, now you have even shorter hair than you would have had if you actually just trimmed off your hair when you initially acquired the split ends. So it's really important to trim. The next tip is deep conditioning your hair. So for me, if you would have asked me like 2 years ago how often I deep condition, then I would have told you like deep condition every week. But now I do things a little bit differently, only because I wear protective styles a lot. I only deep condition when my hair is out. So when I do have the box braids in, I just basically wash my box braids, and then I put like, I use a regular conditioner on top and rinse that out. So I don't really deep condition when I have box braids in. However, when I do remove the box braids or take out my hair, that's the only time I'm deep conditioning. So deep condition whenever you wash your hair. The next tip is exercising, eating healthy, drinking lots of water. Let me tell you, these things are difficult, but like once you've done them for a period of time, it becomes like second nature. Like right now I'm craving some exercise, but we're not gonna do that because I'm doing this video. So I'm just trying to say that, you know, all these things are just beneficial for your hair growth. They keep you healthy. A healthy body to me is equals healthy hair. So if you're doing healthy stuff, then the hair that's growing out of your scalp is in its healthy state. But if you're stressed or you just do not practice healthy things like exercising and eating healthy, then guess what, the hair that's growing out of your scalp is not at its healthiest. So this hair is much more prone to damage than the healthy hair that would otherwise grow out of your hair. And the secret to hair growth is not how much hair you grow. The secret to hair growth is how much hair you retain, because hair is gonna grow for everybody. Like everybody's hair grows, that's not a lie. The thing to people having longer hair than others is their length retention. It's length retention, and if you take care of your hair, if you take care of your body, then you're much more prone to retain your length more compared to somebody that's not really the healthiest. So yeah, exercise, drink water, sleep a lot. Okay, not a lot because then you'd be like in a depressed state or something, but like sleep enough. I also want to touch on supplements. I know some of you are wondering or waiting for me to mention supplements. I personally do not take any supplements for my hair, nor do I take supplements in general. Like the only supplement I'm taking right now, or the only supplement I've been taking since September of last year, is vitamin C, and this is because I live in Russia and it's really cold. I hate flu, so that's the reason why I take it on a daily basis, so that I don't get, you know, to boost my immune system so I don't really get flu. So when it comes to supplements, hair supplements, I have taken supplements before. Hair Affinity, to be specific, I took it for 4 months, and yes, it did work for the first 2 months, and then I probably became resistant and it just didn't really work for me for the last 2 months. So I took it for 4 months in total. And what I want to say about this is that if you're gonna take supplements, then you might as well be consistent with your supplementation. By consistent, I mean like take it for a long time, because what I found to be true for me was, once you stop taking these, let's say you are not the most healthy person and you take supplementation or whatever, and once you stop taking these supplements, then what's gonna happen is your hair is gonna start to grow out in its normal, you know, unhealthy way or whatever. So you grew like healthy strands, and then here comes this strand that is not really healthy, and then guess what, the part where the healthy strand and the unhealthy strand meets is a very fragile, you know, point. It's a very fragile point. So what's gonna end up happening is that your hair is really prone to damage at this particular point. So I found that as much as you might see growth, it's really like not all that beneficial in the long run, especially if you do not plan on taking them like forever kind of like. So that's why I just say eat healthy, because like eating is easy, everybody wants to eat, but not everybody wants to take supplements all the time. So my last tip is patience. So patience is really important when it comes to dealing with natural hair, only because if you're not really patient, then you're gonna end up being frustrated for the most part, because it takes longer to do your hair. It takes just everything is almost double the effort compared to somebody else that's not dealing with natural hair. So if you really want to see hair growth, then you just have to be patient. Like for instance, do your hair when you're not stressed. Do your hair when you have time to actually do it, and not rushing through it, because then you're just gonna be ripping your hair out, and you know, like not caring about the tangled ends, or you're just gonna be rushing out with the brush and all that, which is not good for your hair ultimately, because guess what, you're creating split ends, you're creating knots and all that damage, and eventually this is gonna come back to bite you. So just be patient and be gentle with your hair, pretty much. So, and also I just want to say that hair does not really grow like overnight, so it's gonna take you a while to really see like a significant amount of hair growth. So an average person apparently grows hair from half an inch to more, even like a quarter of an inch. It really just depends. I personally think I grow like half an inch, which is average, because I have measured my hair before and I found that to be true. I grew like an inch in 2 months, so I figured I grow like half an inch every month, kind of vibe. Okay, I'm gonna be more serious. This is not a serious thing, guys. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious, because your hair is gonna grow regardless. But if you do these tips, then it's even gonna grow better, you know. So yeah, those were all my tips. Let me know down below if you found something new, if it's old news. And guess what, like usually these things are like really just normal stuff, the basic stuff that you probably already do, but you just do not do them correctly, hence you're not seeing the benefits of them. But like, I can guarantee you, if you do all these things properly, then there's no reason for you not to see any hair growth. So yeah, that's all from me. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching.